Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Vindex Engineering. In today's episode, we're going to be taking our inline filter out of the Camero and replacing it with a different one. So our current setup is we have our fuel cell in the back here, and then you can see we have the All-Star Performance inline filter there, and then we also have our second fuel pump over there. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to replace that and this setup with this cat filter. So the All-Star Performance is a 10 micron filter, and we're going to be replacing it with the cat one, which is a 2 micron filter. To get things started, we're going through and removing all the sheet metal that's around the area that we're going to be working in. That way we have easy access to the fuel lines, the fuel filter, and the fuel pump. To get things started, we're going to try and make a couple of adapters work for our fuel base plate. And to do that, we are going to drill them out. They are the correct thread pattern as what we need, but the holes on them are not big enough. So we're going to drill them out to what we need for the 1/2 inch. After using the drill press to drill out the inlets of the holes, we can go through and start working on getting the bracket put in. To do that first though, we're going to work on unhooking all of our current fuel lines. Our current fuel system is consisting of an A1000 fuel pump, that's the in-tank one, and a AEM 380 pump, that's the external one. We also have check valves built into each pump, that way they can't backfeed each other. And now we're going to go through and get the tanks drained. That way when I unhook the bottom fuel pump, it doesn't spill out everywhere. So I still have to keep the T here because I'm going to have both fuel pumps coming in. I do want to move the check valve up closer on this side. That way it doesn't have as far to try and go back to backfeed. And I'm also going to be swapping this from a hard line to a soft line for the in-tank pump. And while we're at it, why don't we take this thing apart and see how it looks on the inside. That'll be exciting, right? See how much junk this thing actually filtered out. I think there's a decent amount of junk in it. This was one race season. After taking a minute to inspect the old filter, which was the 10 micron one, decided to get back to it and take the rest of the fittings apart. That way we can get the Y put in together with the correct check valve, how we want it to be, and then we can work on getting the new filter mounted. The main reason for switching to this filter was because of easy use. Not having to take and mess with the lines anymore on the car. Whenever I want to change a filter, I can just unscrew this one and screw a new one in. The filters are reasonable price, and they're going to be around for a long time because they are used in the diesel industry as well. Now that we got our first hole drill, we can go through and knock a couple spots for drilling the next 2 holes. This is going to be held onto the little subframe we have here by 3 hardened bolts. So now that we got the first 2 in, we can go through and start working on getting the last one in. Got that one marked. Now we can drill it out and get all 3 bolts put in place. After going through and putting a little Loctite on each bolt, we can then tighten it down and it is installed. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is going to be a 2-part series of getting the fuel system upgraded with the new fuel filter. This one we got the fuel filter installed. Next one's going to be making all of the new soft lines and getting everything plumbed for it. Don't forget to like it and subscribe, and check out some of these other videos that I have.